On the Win Anyway Life Challenge, day 32, I am going to talk about choices, like the choice that I'm making to do this video about 12:30 in the afternoon instead of early in the morning or late at night. Well, I didn't really make a choice to do the video at this point, although I am choosing to make the video at this point. My choice would have been to make it early this morning, but I didn't get up until pretty much 7 o'clock, and then I had other things I had to get done, and now the morning's gone, and, well, I don't want to wait till the night, so I'm choosing to do it now. The key there is that I made other choices instead of getting up to make this video for all of you, just like the choice I'm making of now only putting these videos on the Win Anyway Life community page. So be sure to share this, let people know, come and like the page. I was sharing it with all of my friends, and I just felt like, a lot of my friends really don't care. This is not what they want to do, and so if they want to, they can join my page, and that would be their choice. I was watching the Monday Night Football game last night, and there were a few choices involved in that. I'm a big Denver Broncos fan. Denver was playing Houston. Houston's quarterback is Brock Osweiler, who was the backup quarterback for the Broncos during the Peyton Manning era. Had never played until last season. Played in a few games and did fairly well. Peyton was going to retire, did retire, but we ended up not signing Brock Osweiler because he signed with the Houston Texans for a huge amount of money, $72 million. The Broncos weren't going to pay him that. They offered him $60 million. But I don't think the Broncos really wanted him. I think John Elway kind of made a choice by not offering him as much money as the market was going to offer him, and made their choice not to have Brock Osweiler play for us. Brock made his choice. He went for the money, went for a different team that he thought would offer him a better chance. And yet Brock has not had a very good season for the Houston Texans. I mean, they're 4-3. They're first in their division. Brock's not been playing well. Certainly not any better than Trevor Siemian, who is quarterbacking for the Broncos. And we're only paying him about $250,000 a year, which is really, chump change, certainly compared to $72 million. But all the talk on the talk radio this morning is, well, if we'd kept Brock Osweiler, would he be a better player on the Broncos than he is on the Texans? And so did Denver make a good choice or a bad choice? Did Brock make a good choice or a bad choice? You never know. You never know. Brock could come back, and it might have affected other decisions, which would have made our team not as good. And if the team isn't as good, then you don't show up as good as a quarterback. And we make choices in our own life that we think our choices are going to be the best choices we can make. We make our choices generally for the good of our situation, for the good of the people around us. We very rarely deliberately make a bad choice. And even those bad choices, we think in the back of our mind, are the best choice we can make at that moment. So you have to think about the decisions and choices you make are the result of your of the best information you have, of the choices you've made in the past, the experience you have, but you can't be certain which of those choices is going to turn out. You may choose one business over another, one job over another, one person over another, but that doesn't necessarily mean you've made the right choice. And even once you've decided you've made the wrong choice, you don't know how you can unmake that choice. The key there is that you do have a choice. You always have a choice as to what you're going to do with the results of the choices you've made. Sometimes we make choices and we just feel we have to stick with it. And this is the choice we've made. We have to push through. We have to go with it. And sometimes that choice of pushing through and sticking through with it is a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. The world is uncertain. The world is chaotic. Our lives are chaotic. The only choice we can truly make that we know is going to be the best for us is to choose to make the best of it, to choose to have the best attitude. There's an old saying that the problem is not the problem. The problem is our problem with the problem, the way we look at the problem, the way we handle the problem. And that's, you could say that the choice is not a bad choice. It's just the way we look at the choice that makes it a bad choice. what we do with the choice, what we do with our next choice. Your life is going to be a series of choices, of decisions. Ones I'm making today, the one I just made to go ahead and make this video now instead of waiting another few hours, instead of waiting 10 hours, on top of the choices I made earlier to not get up as early as I normally would, to have not made this 2 hours ago. You know, in the grand scheme of things, these choices may not be big choices, but we make a lot of big choices in our life. Every choice leads to something. Question is, how are you going to feel about that choice? How are you going to choose to feel about that choice? And then what choices are you going to make beyond that based on how you feel about those choices? I know it sounds like I've been talking in circles, and maybe we are. Maybe life is a little bit of a circle. But your choices are going to help you win anyway. They're going to help you have a win anyway day. They're going to help you build your win anyway life. So I hope you go out there. Hope you've made it all the way through this video. Let your friends know. And I'll be sharing this through some other mediums as well. Till then, see you next time. Win anyway.